Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Abigail and I make videos about special needs and health issues and feeding tubes. So I have a GJ tube, that's two different tubes actually. They're in two different holes in my stomach. The G goes to my stomach and that's just for venting, and then the J is for my formula because I have gastroparesis, so part of my stomach is paralyzed. And also, I have a lot of health issues from a birth defect I was born with. So, I wanted to give y'all a little bit of an update. So, today I had a new nurse. She's like the on-call nurse. I have these two different nurses that normally come, like, I think it's like once or twice a week, but one was out sick and the other one had too many patients to see, so they couldn't fit me in. So this other lady that I just met came, and they were talking about discharging me from having a home health nurse because, you know, I had been doing so good. I'm not quite to my goal weight. I still lack like 10 pounds, but I've been keeping my weight on pretty good. I'm at my feeding rate goal. I was doing really good, other than being sore. And then on Sunday, I ended up in the emergency room from my dangler tube trying to come out. And it was a big deal because, like, the hospital that I had it placed in is out of town from where we live. So it's a drive for us. So it's not just like rush up to the emergency room type thing. Like if it sorry, it locked up for a second. It's not like if it was our general hospital where we could just rush down there. This hospital that I had surgery at is like a couple hours away. So it was a drive for us, but it was like to the point that some of the balloon in my tube was like sticking out of the stoma, and so I had it pushed back in, and that was extremely painful. I'm still very sore from surgery, and I just feel kind of in general, but we felt like they felt like I was doing well enough to not have a home health nurse anymore. So they were gonna have like this meeting about maybe taking me off the home health team, as far as them coming to my house and, you know, checking on me like once a week or whatever it was. But with this incident happening with my dangler tube, they decided that even after I get the button placed, they're still gonna come down. I think it's once a week for at least a couple more weeks, because if anything scary does happen, we definitely want a nurse on call if it's something severe. And so also, whenever I first got my dangler tube, which was like back in April, we had something go wrong with like the insurance company, and another company miscommunicated, and they basically they didn't get my formula to me on time, and I went like 4 days without nutrition and ended up fainting and called the ambulance, and I got rushed to the hospital. That was like back in April, I think it was, when that happened. Or maybe May. I'm thinking April though. Like a few weeks after my surgery. But anyway, so I have this long story of my health I've made videos about it in the past, or the past couple of months, if you want to go back and watch different parts of the story. But basically, we've decided that they're not going to take me off the list right now for the home health nurse. They're going to keep me on for right now, wait till after I get my buttons, and at least wait a couple of weeks to make sure that my body adjusts to it well, make sure I'm healing well, all of that. I think we're leaving the house at like 8 something in the morning. Or my mom's coming to get me somewhere around that time. And we're not supposed to stay, but we're going to pack a just in case bag. I'm not allowed to have my feeds after midnight tonight. So I do plan on turning them off probably around 10ish, maybe before 10. I don't know. It's just, I don't want to go like hours and hours without it, but at the same time, later this evening we're going to pack. I just need to pack like my pump and a syringe and some like bottled water. It can be room temperature, but there's certain things that I need for my pump, and of course my backpack that I wear with it, and always like to have like a change of clothes because the tubes can leak, and just a few things that I need for my backpack. Plus I want to bring like a blanket because I'll probably be sore. Just a couple things that would make me feel better to have as kind of like a backup just in case I stay, but probably won't stay type of thing. And then we've been doing this thing where like I've been working in this workbook even though I'm graduated from school. During the summertime, I've been kind of bored because I normally go to church camp and I haven't been able to go because of my health. And so instead of going to church camp, which is actually going on right now, I had my mom order me they're called PACEs. It's basically what Christian schools use, and it's the same like learning like what you would in school, but like a Christian based curriculum. So it's like you're learning things like some of the people in history, but you're also learning like Bible stories and stuff. So it's really cool. I'm really into like reading those kind of stories, and so it's been really neat to have like a couple stories to read every day. And they also have like checkups in there, and you do the whole book. And whenever you buy the book, in the middle of it there's a test, and my mom takes out the test in the middle, and after you finish the whole book, then you take the test and you're supposed to remember what you've learned throughout the book. So it's the kind of paces or the kind of curriculum I did when I was in school. I was actually homeschooled because of the delays that I had. It was sorry. I was homeschooled because of the delays that I have, so it was just easier to homeschool me. That way my mom could work with me one-on-one. And also there's a few years, I think from the time I was like 10 through like 13 or so, where I went to physical and occupational therapy. And I also had aquatics, which is basically the pool where they teach you like how to be safe around the pool, and like how to dive for toys underwater, things like that. And so part of my schooling was some days it was like if it was a therapy day when I was younger, that would kind of count as my schoolwork as well, even though I was only in therapy for like a couple of years, for like I think it was like 2 different years. And after I became an adult, I ended up not going back because it was more of like a kids, I guess, type of therapy. That same place did do therapy, like if you like hurt yourself or something. But as far as like physical and occupational therapy and all of that, that was only for like kids or kids and teens with like, you know, had like learning struggles and stuff or needed extra help. And so after I became an adult, I was considered too old. So um that's part of what I did when I was school aged for a couple of years. And let's see what else. Um so yeah, I get my buttons tomorrow, one for the G, one for the J, and I have like no plans tomorrow as far as doing much. Um like I've said, I've done like a a few pages every day in the pace that I have or the workbook that I have, but I'm not going to be doing any in that tomorrow because I'm going to focus on healing and um I'm just gonna try to do things that's like restful tomorrow. Even if I'm not like sleeping, I don't know how sore I'll be, but like definitely not overdoing it. And then we have a funeral this coming Sunday. It's actually a memorial service um, for a lady that used to go to our church, and I'm hoping to be well enough to go because I do know the lady, but at the same time, I might still be very sore. So we're just going to have to see. I'm not going to push myself to go if I don't feel like it, but we're just going to have to see how my body like adapts to healing and how my body takes like the soreness of the tube and everything like that. So a lot going on, but that's a little bit of an update. So thank you all so much for watching. Sure to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.